Alright guys, so for our grammar today, we're going to work some more on decoding those big multi-syllable words. We're going to use that breathe to show the vowels, and that will help us count those syllables. We're also going to use our context clues, and we're going to use a dictionary to come up with a meaning for these words. Alright, so let me make sure I got my pen set up correctly. Let's change it to blue. It says, what is the meaning of the underlined word? So here's our sentence. Before we lived in Philly, we were residents of Pittsburgh. All right, so you're going to come over here. You're going to have two to do after this. And you're going to write your word. Or you can type it. It might be easier. Okay. So the last time we did this, I know it's been a while, remember, you're marking your vowels with those breathes. That will kind of help you as we start trying to determine where our syllables are. So when I look here, I notice that after this vowel, I only have one consonant. So it's going to split here. Re. And then the same thing. After this vowel, I only have one consonant. Z, re, z, kind of sounds weird, si. And then right here, dense. That's all together because you have a consonant on either side of it, and you don't have any more vowels, okay? So re, z, dense. So this word has 3 syllables, re, z, dense. So we now need to think about your definition. So you're going to come up with your own definition and use the context clues, and then we'll check it and see if we're right or at least close with the dictionary. So it says, before we lived in Philly, we were residents of Pittsburgh. Residents of Pittsburgh. So I'm thinking if you're a resident, then maybe it's a person who lives in a place, because I could say that I'm a resident of Waxahachie because I live in that place. And then my context clues, what I use to help me is right here, lived in Philly. And then they said it's resident of Pittsburgh. So remember with your context clues, look at the sentence before, look at the sentence after, look at everything around it to get an idea. So my context clues here were lived in. So now I'm going to go to the dictionary. Let me get it off the shelf. And we're going to look up that word. I know you can't see me looking it up. If you have a dictionary, you can use one also. Otherwise, you can look it up online. But I'm going to look up the word resident. Remember, when you're looking in a dictionary, everything is alphabetical. So you need to find your R's first, and then find the R-E-S. Okay, so the definition in here says when, and I know this is a noun, okay, because they're talking about a person. So this is a noun. It'll even say that in here. And the definition is one who resides. And if you don't know what the word resides means, it's right above, and it's somebody who makes a home. So one who makes a home in a place. Oh my goodness, that's pretty close to what I wrote. Person who lives in a place. One who makes a home in a place. I did pretty good on that one. Sometimes I don't get anywhere close, and that's okay because you're trying and you're using your context clues and you're practicing this skill, and that's really what I'm looking for. Okay, so next, here's our next one. What is the meaning of the underlined word? I used the globe to find where the countries were that we were talking about in social studies or SS. So you're again going to write your word, globe. Now, Okay, so you're going to mark your breves. Let me switch colors. So every vowel gets a breve. Now, look after this vowel. Okay, you only have one consonant. That means you split it before the consonant. So globe. All right, globe, globe. Yeah, I guess that's two. Globe. Okay. That might just be one because of the long E and the O says its name. That might be a special one. Oh well. Okay. So, student definition. This is what I'm really concerned with. You're not going to be tested on if you can split your syllables correctly. It's just to help you decode words. So let's see if we can use our context clues, because this is something you will be tested on to figure out your own definition. Okay? So I used the globe to find where the countries were that we were talking about in social studies. So right here, to find where the countries were. So my definition might be, if you're using something and you're trying to find where countries are, it's like a map. To find countries. Oh my goodness, sorry. I want to keep them. Hold on. There we go. To find, oh, and it changed my colors. Countries. All right, so it's kind of like a map to help you find countries. My context clues, I'm just going to, what I underlined, to find where the countries were. So now I'm going to look it up into my dictionary. So let's look in our dictionary for this word. We have the word globe. So I'm going to go to my G's now on my dictionary. Remember, everything is alphabetized. My G-O. Oh, I got to keep going. There we go. G-L-O. Okay, so these are my definitions. Ball or sphere. Okay, so that doesn't really help me find any countries on a map, so I don't think that's the right definition. I also have my second definition is Earth, a spherical representation of the Earth. I think that's a better choice because Earth is where you would find those countries, right? So the definition that they give me is a representation of Earth. Okay, now that's not the exact definition that I came up with, but it's still similar, okay? It's like a map, okay? Earth is like a map. It's just wrapped right in a globe or in a circle like a ball, and it's where you find countries, and you find countries on Earth. So they're very similar. I know that my definition is okay. I've used my context clues. I understand now what the word globe